Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of people, um, a lot of stuff online where people are trying to bash on Elon Musk about some of the things he said in regard to Bitcoin's energy consumption and their carbon footprint. Let's talk about that for a second, okay? One of these people was like, "Oh, Elon Musk is now saying he's not going to utilize Bitcoin because its energy consumption's too high," and then he goes on to say, "Well, that's funny because Elon Musk had made a pretty large Bitcoin purchase in the past and has done, a pretty of his fair share of Bitcoin transactions." So they're trying to make the case that Elon Musk is essentially just trying to bash Bitcoin all of a sudden for no reason after being a user of the crypto for maybe the purpose of pushing another crypto. So here's my take on that, right? Being mad about Elon Musk changing his mind about Bitcoin is a silly thing because it's like not knowing a good friend of yours was a murderer. You're like, "Oh man, you were so cool," until I knew that, right? You can't say to him, "Oh, nah, you already were cool with me, so you can't be mad for finding out new information," you know. So it's a lot of it's pretty silly to see so many people taking the other side of that approach. Um, Secondly, it's like he didn't just change his mind. Let me try to put it like this: he more or less discovered through personal methods of research that Bitcoin's energy consumption was just kind of ridiculous. And I mean, if you're Elon Musk, then you possibly, from his perspective, would realize that energy consumption levels that high are just completely unacceptable, as interpreted from a person who has any real intent on making a measurable impact towards lessening the carbon footprints um, of humans' existence on Earth. But this is a no-brainer. So, you know, people are saying it's some kind of crazy harebrained scheme to, systematically destroy Bitcoin to increase the probability of, what coin taking over, right? Dogecoin. This isn't the cause of Bitcoin's demise, though. You know, um, but this could be the outcome of just Bitcoin having been the first to do any real cryptocurrency business, just having been the first in that sector, and to 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 do it first, to get the merit, to get the success, to get the growth, just naturally, consequently, it becomes the heaviest of scrutiny. All the highest scrutiny. In fact, this grows competitors though in the sector who now have clear benchmarks to go by. You know how to compete, almost like a shortcut to people want to see out of a crypto nowadays. And if they can do it cheaper, they can do it faster, they can do it better. Dogecoin's rise to the top won't be because of an offense played against Bitcoin. It was because Bitcoin went first and was naturally susceptible to failure from being first and having people to do it second and third and fourth and fifth after you to do it better, right? When you set the mark, someone can raise it. So uh, Elon, I think, has very little to do with any of that stuff. I think he speaks his mind a lot, and that's good. Honestly, I value his opinion. But I don't think he's out here bashing companies. He's saying that simply there's so many other coins that can do literally the same thing for cheaper and faster and safer. So um, yeah, naturally it's just a result of being on the top pedestal. Someone wants to take you down, right? So if you ask me though, it's not just as simple as Dogecoin's going to take over Bitcoin though. Absolutely not. Because there are coins that aren't burning coins that fast, and there are coins that actually are every time someone else will sell their coins off, you get 5% of those. I'm not gonna get it all into that into this episode, but it's just me. I think if it comes down to it in the end, it'll probably be Cardano, Dogecoin, Bitcoin is still always gonna be top three. So just from the store value and its performance, it's gonna be hard to ignore. People aren't just gonna completely ignore Bitcoin. It's not gonna happen. So you're gonna have Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano and probably Dogecoin up there in the top five. But I'll get into that in another episode. But I just want to touch base on that because um, Elon is a real influential person, but the news sometimes can just exacerbate anything, and that's what they're good at. So try to take everything out there in the news with a grain of salt, but really try to just take your time with everything. So don't think your investments are going to tank because Elon said something. For you day traders, that might be the case. If you maybe didn't know about Dogecoin like 3 months ago and you bought in at like 50 cents, and today you're kind of you know um, panicking. But the investors, the guys who aren't just day trading all day, the guys who bought that a long time ago because they saw the intrinsic value compared to Bitcoin, um, they're most of the market isn't panicking, right? You'll see big dips and big drops, but you're not getting, you know, it's a lot of overreacting going on right now. So, but anyway, I just want to touch on that, man. I appreciate you for watching and tuning in, and yeah, hit like, hit subscribe. If you don't agree with my opinion, I want to know that too, because I'll change my opinion maybe if you have a better way of approaching a given situation, or even maybe on some of the analytics on some of these coins, or the tokenomics if you want to get into that stuff or whatever. But I encourage anybody comment on these videos. We just want to spread the awareness for the crypto community as a whole, and just bring awareness and trust, and just try to solidify that permanence in the financial sector, right? Because everyone can win, and this is how we take the money, the trillions and billions of dollars that banks are getting every year. This is how we get it back, right? Saving money is making money too, especially if you can couple that with an investment strategy, right? So anyway, I hope you guys like it. Oh, also I wanted to say, I'm going to be trying to update some of my equipment soon. So I'm going to have you guys in here. You'll be able to see the charts that I'm looking at, and literally we're going to get up in this stuff, right? We're going to look at everything. So um, I know I haven't been, too technical. Haven't showed you guys any charts yet. So we're going to get there, though. We're going to get there. You got to stay up on the current events, the topics, the news. This stuff matters, right? So we'll get everybody caught up, and then we'll start looking at things, and then we can look at the news and look at the effect, and realize that the chart isn't the end all be all. The chart simply is obligated to show what's going on, and so there's a lot of variables when you get those climbs and those dips, right? So anyway, we'll get into that like in the next coming episodes. So appreciate you guys for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when I drop a new episode. Right? Appreciate you guys. Thanks.